For decades, California represented the American dream: sunshine, success, and the promise that hard work could build a better life. But in 2025, that dream is fading from millions of ordinary families. From the beaches of Southern California to the suburbs of the Bay Area, the middle class, made up of teachers, nurses, technicians, and small business owners, is vanishing. The cost of everything, from rent to groceries, has soared beyond reach. According to the California Budget and Policy Center, the average middle-class family now spends more than 60% of its income on housing alone. Across the state, utilities, insurance, and taxes have climbed to historic highs. Even households earning six figures are struggling to stay afloat. The result is an exodus. Families who once built California's economy are packing up and leaving. Many are moving to Arizona, Texas, and Idaho in search of affordable living, leaving behind a state increasingly divided between wealth and survival. Today on Discover the Nation, we revealed the 10 regions of California where the middle class can no longer survive in 2025. The communities being hollowed out by rising costs, stagnant wages, and a vanishing sense of stability. And before we begin, make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell, because every day we uncover the stories that reveal the truth about America's shifting landscape. Let us begin.
Number 10. San Fernando Valley. For generations, the San Fernando Valley was the heart of middle-class California. A land of quiet streets, family homes, and steady opportunity beyond the lights of Los Angeles. Teachers, nurses, and small business owners built lives that felt secure, surrounded by good schools, backyards, and the comfort of community. But in 2025, that stability is slipping away. The median home price now exceeds $850,000, while the average household income stands near $85,000. Renters pay around $3,000 a month for apartments that once cost half that. Even longtime homeowners are struggling under rising property taxes, climbing utility bills, and insurance costs that keep soaring. The foundation of the valley's middle class is eroding. Families who once thrived here are being forced east toward the Inland Empire or out of California entirely. Gas prices remain among the highest in the country, groceries and healthcare costs are climbing fast, and wages have barely moved in years. Local schools are losing teachers, hospitals are short on staff, and small businesses along Ventura Boulevard fight to survive. The manufacturing jobs that once supported working families have faded, replaced by gig work and unstable service positions. Even the character of the valley is changing. Neighborhoods once filled with families now sit dotted with empty houses and short-term rentals. Traffic is heavier, commutes are longer, and the calm that once defined the region feels like a memory. Yet the valley still glows at sunset. The mountains, the palm trees, the echoes of what once was. But behind that beauty lies a region quietly unraveling. The San Fernando Valley, once the heart of California's working dream, is becoming a place where the middle class can no longer stand firm.
Number 9. Alameda County. Alameda County once symbolized the heart of the California dream, a place where working families could live near the bay, build stability, and still afford a future. From the neighborhoods of Fremont to the vibrant streets of Oakland and Berkeley, this county balanced culture, opportunity, and affordability. But in 2025, that balance is gone. The median home price has surged past $1 million, while the average household income hovers under $100,000. Renters face the same struggle. Apartments in Oakland and Berkeley now exceed $3,500 a month, and even modest homes in Hayward or San Leandro are out of reach. What was once a refuge for the middle class is now another front line in California's affordability crisis. Tech money and real estate speculation have redrawn the landscape. Investors bought up homes, prices soared, and longtime residents moved inland or out of the state entirely. Wages have stagnated, yet every essential cost, from groceries and utilities to insurance and gas, keeps rising. Teachers and nurses now commute hours from the Central Valley just to reach their jobs. Small businesses that once defined downtown Oakland and Berkeley are closing under the weight of rent hikes and fewer customers. Public schools are losing students as families relocate for relief. Alameda County still shines with diversity, culture, and innovation, but beneath its energy lies fatigue. The divide between comfort and survival grows wider every year. For generations, this county represented what California could be: prosperous, inclusive, and full of promise. Now it stands as a warning. The dream is still visible here, but for many who once lived it, that dream has already slipped away.
Number 8. Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara's postcard-perfect beauty hides one of the deepest affordability divides in California. What was once a vibrant coastal community has turned into a city reserved for the wealthy. The average rent has climbed beyond $3,800 per month, and the median home price is nearing $2 million. Even households earning $150,000 a year are considered cost-burdened, spending more than half their income on housing alone. For everyone else, teachers, nurses, service workers, and small business owners, the dream of living in Santa Barbara has vanished entirely. Teachers now commute more than an hour from Ventura. Nurses share apartments to split the cost. Police officers drive in from outside the county just to work their shifts. The people who keep the city running cannot afford to call it home. Local businesses are paying the price. Coffee shops, family restaurants, and small repair shops are shutting down, unable to find employees who can afford rent nearby. Tourism and wealth remain, but the local heartbeat that once gave Santa Barbara its warmth is fading. The contrast is striking. On one side are oceanfront estates, luxury resorts, and high-end boutiques. On the other side, the workers who sustain them are living far inland, exhausted by endless commutes and rising expenses. The middle class has been quietly erased from this paradise. Santa Barbara's crisis is not about poverty. It is about exclusion, the slow pushing out of the very people who built the foundation of this community. The city remains breathtakingly beautiful, but behind the views lies a hollowing out that no postcard can capture.
Number 7. Sacramento. Sacramento was once California's affordable refuge, the place where families priced out of San Francisco and Los Angeles could find balance. But by 2025, that balance has been shattered. Median rent has surged more than 50% since 2019, while wages have grown only 12%. The median home price now stands near $585,000, far beyond the reach of households earning less than $100,000. For teachers, public servants, and small business owners, even stability now feels distant. The squeeze is visible across every part of the city. Government workers, once seen as secure, are struggling to manage higher mortgage rates and rising property taxes. Families who plan to buy are stuck renting. Young professionals who rented downtown are leaving for the suburbs, only to find prices there climbing just as fast. The population that fueled Sacramento's growth for 2 decades has stalled for the first time. Homeless encampments have grown along the riverfront and downtown corridors, mirroring a broader affordability crisis spreading across California. Local businesses, once confident in steady government employment, now face slower foot traffic and shrinking demand. The restaurant scene that once symbolized the city's revival is cooling. Even new development projects have been paused as investors reassess their risks. Sacramento was supposed to be the middle ground, affordable, stable, and family-friendly. Instead, it now reflects the same pressures that define California's most expensive regions. The capital of the world's 5th largest economy is learning that economic success means little if the people who make it run can no longer afford to live there. If you want to see how affordability vanishes one city at a time, subscribe to Discover the Nation, where we uncover the real stories behind America's shifting future.
Number 6. Ventura County. Ventura County, nestled between Los Angeles and Santa Barbara, was once the perfect blend of coastal charm and middle-class comfort.
For decades, it was the quiet paradise where families enjoyed ocean breezes, good schools, and a slower pace of life without the chaos of big city living. But in 2025, that balance has broken. The average home now costs more than $925,000, and rents are rising faster than incomes. Many longtime residents earning under six figures have been forced to move inland to Bakersfield or Palmdale or out of California entirely. The people who built Ventura's schools, small businesses, and neighborhoods are being replaced by remote professionals who can afford higher prices. The cost of living has jumped 9% in the past year, driven by utilities, property insurance, and transportation costs. Gas prices remain among the highest in the nation, and insurance premiums in coastal areas have doubled, straining both homeowners and renters. Meanwhile, Ventura's job market has shifted. Manufacturing and local businesses that once sustained the county are declining. In their place are high-paying remote jobs and service roles catering to wealthier residents, widening the divide between those who thrive and those who struggle. Teachers, nurses, and first responders are leaving, unable to justify the expense of staying. Even families earning $120,000 report being unable to save. The dream of home ownership is fading fast. Ventura's beaches still shimmer at sunset, but the community beneath that beauty is eroding. Schools report declining enrollment, small shops are losing customers, and neighborhoods once filled with families are now dotted with empty homes and for sale signs. Ventura County remains stunning to the eye, but for the working families who once gave it soul, paradise has quietly slipped out of reach.
Number 5. San Diego County. San Diego has long been described as paradise on earth, a city of sunshine, beaches, and opportunity. But in 2025, paradise comes with a price that even middle-class families can no longer afford. The median home price in San Diego County has climbed beyond $950,000, while average rent now exceeds $3,400 per month. Add in utilities, insurance, food, and gas, and even households earning $150,000 are struggling to stay ahead. The problem is simple but devastating. Wages have not kept up with costs. Over 40% of San Diego households are now classified as housing burdened, spending more than a third of their income on shelter alone. Teachers, nurses, and public employees are quietly leaving for more affordable places like Riverside, Phoenix, and Las Vegas. The impact is visible everywhere. School districts report declining enrollment as families move away. Restaurants and local shops are closing early, unable to find enough staff. Neighborhoods that once buzzed with family life now feel transient as residents come and go in search of cheaper rent. San Diego's economy remains strong on paper. Healthcare, tourism, and defense industries continue to thrive. Yet behind that strength is a growing fragility. Young professionals who once saw San Diego as the ultimate destination are realizing that financial security here is slipping away. One longtime resident put it simply, "We used to know our neighbors," he said. "Now it feels like everyone's leaving." San Diego remains breathtaking. Its coastline, its climate, and its culture are unmatched. But the city's heart is changing. The middle class that gave it energy and stability is being squeezed out, one family at a time. For decades, San Diego symbolized California's promise. In 2025, it has become a warning that even paradise can price out the people who make it thrive.
Number 4. San Francisco Bay Area. No region defines California's middle-class crisis more clearly than the San Francisco Bay Area. Once the epicenter of innovation and prosperity, it is now a place where only the wealthy can afford comfort, and the rest are being forced out. In 2025, the median home price across the Bay Area has reached $1.3 million. The median household income stands near $117,000, but that is nowhere near enough to buy a home. Even renting has become a struggle. The average one-bedroom apartment now costs $3,600 per month, often in neighborhoods that once catered to working professionals. The wave of technology layoffs that began in 2023 has left scars across the region. Thousands of workers have relocated to states like Texas, Nevada, and Utah, chasing lower costs and greater stability. Those who stay face not only high housing expenses, but also record prices for childcare, groceries, and insurance, all of which exceed national averages by more than 50%. Middle-class communities like Daly City, Fremont, and Concord are changing rapidly. Families who once owned modest homes are selling to corporate landlords or investors, while new buyers are increasingly from the top 5% of earners. The result is a growing emptiness, neighborhoods that look vibrant on the surface, but lack the diversity and energy that once made them special. The Bay Area's infrastructure and services are feeling the strain as well. Public schools face teacher shortages, police departments struggle with retention, and small businesses close their doors amid declining local spending. The culture of innovation that once defined the region is colliding with the reality of inequality. The Bay Area built California's modern economy, but it has also become a symbol of its excess. It is a place where opportunity still exists, but only for those who can afford to stay.
Number 3. Orange County. Orange County once represented the California dream at its best. Peaceful neighborhoods, top-rated schools, and affordable homes that defined suburban success. For generations, it was the place where middle-class families could thrive. But in 2025, that balance has vanished. The median home price in Orange County now exceeds $1.1 million. Property taxes have risen steadily, and homeowners association fees have climbed across much of the region. Renters face a similar crisis, with the average apartment now costing around $3,800 a month. For many families, even two solid incomes no longer guarantee financial stability. Teachers, nurses, and public service workers who once lived close to their jobs are now commuting from Riverside County and beyond, spending hours each day on packed freeways. Some residents wake up at 4 in the morning just to beat traffic, trading time with family for affordability. The irony is painful. The people who keep Orange County running can no longer afford to live there. The region's transformation is visible everywhere. Neighborhoods once filled with young families are aging as new buyers are priced out. Independent businesses close as costs climb. Parents who grew up here are watching their adult children move to Arizona, Texas, or Nevada to start their own families. Many are cashing out of their homes while the market remains strong, unwilling to fight a losing battle against rising expenses. Even professionals with stable jobs describe themselves as stuck in survival mode. The pressure of housing costs, insurance premiums, and everyday expenses has eroded the comfort that once defined life here. Orange County remains beautiful. Its beaches, its parks, and its sunshine are timeless. But beneath that beauty lies a new reality. The middle-class foundation that built this region's prosperity is slipping away, replaced by an economy that serves only two extremes: those who have made it and those trying not to fall behind.
Number 2. Los Angeles County. Los Angeles, the beating heart of California's culture and economy, is now one of the hardest places in America for middle-class families to survive. The city that once symbolized opportunity and reinvention has turned into a warning sign of how fast prosperity can vanish. The median rent in Los Angeles County has climbed to more than $3,400 per month. The average home sells for nearly $900,000, but the median household income remains just $83,000, far below what is needed to buy. Wages have barely moved in years, while every other cost has soared. Gas prices here are among the highest in the nation. Utilities and grocery costs stretch budgets thin, and insurance premiums have doubled for many homeowners. Property taxes keep rising, and inflation has quietly eroded savings. Even two-income families who once felt stable now live with constant financial stress. Teachers, nurses, small business owners, and city employees, the people who make Los Angeles work, are being priced out of the very communities they serve. The result is an exodus that grows larger each year. More than 160,000 residents left Los Angeles County in the past 12 months alone.
They are moving to Nevada, Arizona, Texas, and even Mexico, where housing is attainable and a sense of calm still exists. For many, it is not about chasing new dreams, but escaping old pressures. What remains is a city of breathtaking contrasts, immense wealth on one side and quiet struggle on the other. Neighborhoods that once reflected the American dream now show signs of division and fatigue. Apartment buildings sit half full, while luxury towers rise across downtown, catering to investors rather than residents. Los Angeles still glows at night, its skyline alive with promise and power. But beneath that glitter lies a city losing its middle ground. The middle class no longer lives comfortably here. It survives, adapts, and endures, but the dream that once brought millions to this city of angels is slipping away.
Number 1. San Jose and Silicon Valley. At the top of our list stands Silicon Valley, the world's innovation capital and the most expensive place in California for middle-class families to live. What was once a symbol of boundless opportunity has become the center of a quiet crisis. In 2025, the median home price in San Jose sits around $1.6 million, while the average rent hovers near $3,900 per month. Even tech professionals earning $180,000 a year are struggling to buy a home. The cost of living index is 82% higher than the national average, and that gap keeps widening. The expenses are staggering. Annual childcare can exceed $30,000. Property tax bills often surpass $10,000. Utilities, groceries, and insurance add thousands more each year. Families who once felt financially secure now track every dollar. Meanwhile, a wave of layoffs across the technology sector has shattered the illusion of guaranteed prosperity. Startups have closed, major firms have cut staff, and the job market has become unpredictable. Many who once thrived here are relocating to states like Texas, Utah, and Colorado, searching for what California once promised: stability and a fair shot at ownership. The cultural impact is profound. Once tight-knit communities of engineers, teachers, and small business owners are thinning out. Longtime residents who helped shape Silicon Valley's story are watching their children move away, unable to afford to stay. Silicon Valley remains a global powerhouse of innovation and wealth, but for the middle class, it has become an unreachable dream, a place where prosperity exists in theory, but not in practice. The gleaming towers and billion-dollar campuses tell one story. The families leaving in search of hope tell another. If you want to understand how the American dream became unsustainable in the very heart of innovation, subscribe to Discover the Nation. We reveal how even the world's richest region can forget the people who built it.
From Fresno to San Jose, one truth defines California in 2025. The middle class is disappearing. Rising costs, stagnant wages, and runaway housing prices have created a divide wider than ever before. The state that once built the American dream now risks losing the very people who sustain it. Teachers, nurses, small business owners, engineers, all leaving, not because they want to, but because they can no longer afford to stay. California's beauty hasn't changed, but its balance has. The golden dream has become a golden burden. Thank you for watching Discover the Nation. If this story resonated with you, subscribe, like, and share, because each week we uncover the untold truths behind America's changing cities, communities, and futures. Because the middle class built this country, and now their survival is the story that matters most.